5 seconds. Start. As per the trial judge, in the course of the cross examination, the complainant was not certain as to when the accused had actually issued the check. Stop. It was noted that while the complaint stated that the check had been issued in December 2000, at a later point it was considered that the check had been handed over when the accused had met the complainant to obtain the work completion certificate for his house in March 2001. Stop. Later, it was stated that the check had been with the complainant about 15 to 20 days prior to the presentation of the same for encashment, which would place the date of handing over of the check in January 2001. Stop. Furthermore, the trial judge noted that in the complaint it had been submitted that the complainant had paid rupees 45,000 in cash as a hand loan to the accused, whereas during the cross examination it appeared that the complainant had spent this amount during the construction of the accused's house from time to time, and that the complainant had realized the extent of the liability after auditing the costs on completion of the construction. Stop. Apart from these discrepancies on the part of the complainant, the trial judge also noted that the accused used to pay the complainant a monthly salary in lieu of his services as a building supervisor, apart from periodically handing over money which was used for the construction of the house. Stop. In light of these regular payments, the trial judge found it unlikely that the complainant would have spent his own money on the construction work. Stop. With regard to these observations, the trial judge held that there was no material to substantiate that the accused had issued the check in relation to a legally enforceable debt. Stop. It was observed that the accused's failure to rely to the notice sent by the complainant did not attract the preemption under section 439 of the act, since the complainant had failed to prove that he had given a hand loan to the accused and that the accused had issued a check as alleged. Stop. Furthermore, the trial judge erroneously decided that the offense made punishable by section 138 of the act had not been committed in this case, since the alleged dishonor of check was not on account of insufficiency of funds, since the accused had instructed his bank to stop payment. Stop. Accordingly, the trial judge had recorded for a finding of acquittal. Stop.